We had to wait 14 years. Was it well worth the wait? Let's find out. Showtime. What up, y'all? Inside Off in 2001 here. Welcome to another movie review. I'm here today to review The Incredibles 2, the sequel to the 2004 smash hit The Incredibles, which after a lot of Pixar sequels and like Cars sequels and Finding Dory and Monsters University, which probably we didn't ask for, you know. Pixar has finally done it. Applauds to them. So, Incredibles 2 talks about the story right after the events of the Behold, the Underminer. That's right, after when the Underminer wrecked some shit up. Now the Incredibles must take him down in this epic, awesome action scene in the beginning. However, superheroes are still illegal, although they did save the city. Well, Bob Parr has, aka Mr. Incredible, has to care for the kids, Violet, Dash, and Jack in their new home. Well, Elastigirl has a secret mission with her, to find out who's the secret screen slaver. Yep, that's the movie. Yep, and so, guys, of course, everybody was hyped as hell for this movie. I mean, everybody was just demanding for this Pixar sequel. It is the most anticipated animated sequel of all time. I bet everybody was hoping that this would turn out to be the greatest Pixar sequel ever since Toy Story 3. And I've been hearing very great things about it. You know, it got a 94% of Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences also love it. However, I find rare critics out there, a few of them out there, that call it a great, flawless masterpiece. Mostly the general public say it's great, you know, but it's not as great as the original. And also, I did hear a few people out there that just called it overrated and found it decent, good, that liked it, but did expect to ignore, you know. Like, for example, Jeremy Jahns and Black Critic Guy both found it pretty decent and overrated and were a bit let down. But I didn't want them to put my hype off whatsoever. I was so excited, and guys, I finally saw it last night with my girlfriend Natasha. Here's my shout out to her. And of course, I'm gotta say, it was great, guys. This is the only animated movie I've seen all year. Do I think it's great as the original Incredibles? Well, not really. Please don't hurt me. If you love it, if you preferred of the first one movie, that's totally awesome. It's just, I still have a lot to praise about it. There's still a lot to love, despite my minimalistic problems. But let's get into it. First off, of course, I must always usually praise about this for an animated feature or a Pixar movie, I meant, was the animation in this movie. The animation, guys, is just fantastic. Yeah, in comparison to the first movie is pretty outdated, right? But not to criticize the first movie. This one just takes it a new level since technology has improved. I mean, you could see just the look of Violet's force field powers. It was visualizing. They improved with the action. Yeah, the animators should get a great pat on the back. Also, Michael Giacchino's score, you kill it. You never let me down. Well, except for Rogue One and Cars 2. Also, the family aspect of this movie was well done. At first, I was worried that it was gonna drag a bit and get a little boring, but no. It was pretty engaging. I was a bit more focused on that than some of the action. Don't get me wrong, the action was still spectacular, but anyway. It's just so hilarious how Bob is just so miserable taking care of Jack. And that hilarious, awesome scene with that raccoon. Also, this movie is pretty different for the most part, with having now the main character be Elastigirl. And she's basically kind of, it's basically her own movie. Well, I may prefer the family side aspect. Her side story was the most epic. Well, the family aspect was the most comedic, but yeah, I heard a lot of people, particularly Black Critic Guy, he just ranted on just how this movie just shoves in the female agenda too awkwardly. I'm just gonna say it. I don't get the controversy. I think it's a good thing. I clearly don't mind there being a female agenda. In fact, it should happen more often in blockbusters so it can add some diversity. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite character in this entire movie, it would have to be Elastigirl. There was also other superheroes that you see in this picture that there are new additions to the Incredibles franchise, and honestly, they were a ton of fun. And the action scenes are some of the greatest. The action scenes are some of the greatest action scenes I have seen all year. It is up there with Black Panther. Just the opening battle with the Underminer was pretty epic indeed. Elastigirl's train action scene on the train was pretty epic. And the last great thing I'll say is the old characters like Edna Mode. Oh, she brought back the great charm. She was just great and entertaining as in the first movie. And Frozone surprisingly got a lot more to do than in the first movie, which I'll give that credit. Especially Jack. Honestly, it is the most adorable thing I've seen all year, guys. As much as I'm raving it and giving all the love I can, I did have a few problems with the movie. First off, and I know everybody's pointing this out, the villain Screenslaver. He sucks as a villain. All he does is just hypnotize people, you know. There's a bland motivation. At least the first movie with Syndrome, he had a great motivation. You got his motivation. This one, there's not a good motivation. Except he's controlling people to just believe supers should still remain illegal. I wanted to love this film. Instead, he sucks. He's probably one of the worst Pixar villains ever. And the last issue I kind of had with this movie is that this movie does have a bit lower stakes than the original, and not enough dark moments. Well, I do appraise the family aspect, and Elastigirl's side was pretty epic indeed. But there wasn't enough great dark moments as I remember the first movie, which I really miss, by the way. Like, there's nothing as very ambitious like the scene where Bob discovers the truth of superheroes getting terminated, or the plane jet explosion scene in the first movie, or Mr. Incredible's attempt to crush Mirage from the first movie. Yeah, and speaking of that, it is a little bit of a shame that we didn't get Mirage back. But I will give credit, I do like they brought Rick back. Also, I'll give a little tribute to the old actor who played Rick in the original movie. He's a great actor, sorry he had to die. But this actor here did pretty well. So, overall guys, despite I wanted to give Incredibles 2 a 5 out of 5 stars, you know. I was hoping I was gonna call it the best Pixar sequel ever. But sadly, it's quite not on par with it. But I still absolutely love it. However, before I end this, I do have another complaint. The real Screenslaver. This twist where one of the main characters, it's this crazy-haired woman who looks pretty drunk. Well, you know, and talk about when you see the movie. Honestly, I would have loved her to just be a main character, but nope, they just had to make her a villain like every other Disney movie. Yeah, the writers could have thought of a more original script, but overall, guys, I might have had a few problems, but I still absolutely got a kick out of it. I could safely say it was well worth the 14 wait. I'm glad I'm on the positive side with this movie. In a lackluster summer so far that we had some crap half-assed movies, for example, Solo Star Wars Story, I'm proud to say that this movie stands above all the rest. It is my favorite movie of the summer so far, and I cannot wait to see it again. I give Incredibles 2 4.5 stars out of 5. I believe it's one hell of a film, or incredible film, lol, get it. And I believe it deserves the seal of awesomeness. Well, since Incredibles 2 has finally been released, I guess I can safely say the new most anticipated Pixar sequel or animated sequel ever is officially Inside Out 2. Please, Pixar, make an Inside Out 2. I'm begging you. I have a feeling it has to come out somewhere around the 2020s decade. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be a grandparent by that time. I'm sure Pixar will answer our prayers. So yeah, love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. What are your thoughts on Incredibles 2 as well? Did you love it? Did it surpass your expectations? Did it live up to your expectations? Or was it a huge letdown? And do you just wish Pixar could make original movies, I guess? But I still wish they could still make sequels. I really don't get the controversy if they shouldn't make sequels. I still think they should. As well as original films at the same time. So, and let me know, guys, What is your favorite Incredibles character? My personal favorite is definitely Elastigirl. And also, here's another question. What is a Pixar movie sequel that you're really demanding? So comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for my next review. Yes, I'm going to review the Jurassic Park series. And I will have a ranking Pixar movies after my Jurassic Park. So it's going to be next week. So get excited for that. So as always, you like our videos, hit that subscribe button. Like if you really enjoyed it. And skidoo.